Hello, dear listeners. I recently posted on Reddit to ask women who have cheated, do you regret it? What lessons did you learn, and did karma ever come back around? I'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences. I received some messages on Reddit related to this post. First comment.
I had an affair that resulted in divorce. It was the biggest mistake of my life. What led to it? I don't think it was something I'd ever do. I'm vehemently against anyone cheating, and I still am, and I thought it was beneath me. I said no for months, and then decided to test the waters, but didn't think I'd go through physically. The problem was, by then, I was already doing it emotionally. It's a sloped road that goes downhill before you know it. I justified it by saying, well, he doesn't treat me well, or he doesn't give me affection like I need or want, or that he lies anyways or looks at porn. There was no justification. Crappy behavior is just that, crappy behavior. I regret it because it split my family up and I now have to share custody of my children. It lowered their standard of living. They went from a 2-working family household to 2 single-parent households. My ex-husband and I had spent 15 years building our life and getting to where we were in life. 3rd house we'd owned. Yearly large vacations overseas, cruises, going to theme parks. To be set back so much. What did I learn? Don't even skirt around it. In my opinion, married women and men should not be talking privately in DMs or texts. I learned to keep men at a very long arm's distance. I learned to not get up on a high horse thinking you're above things while skirting around them joking. I learned that marriage should be valued more than we value it in society. I also learned the importance of communication in marriage. We didn't communicate like we should have. We should have spoken more about feelings, likes, dislikes, etc., instead of just doing daily things and living together and letting things go, or holding on to grudges. Did karma get me back? Oh yes. I got divorced. The dating pool is horrible. It's a cesspool or trash out there. I had to go to therapy for months, and I'll be doing more when I get money. The guilt ate at me and drank way too much alcohol for a period of time that led to more awful choices. If I spoke about it, I literally started physically shaking and would almost cry. The guilt was so strong. Therapy helped me with that, so I can talk about it now without physical debilitating anxiety. I also now have a hard time trusting. I'm so scared it'll happen to me that I deserve it, and that breaks me at times. I don't know if I could survive it. I commend my ex-husband for surviving and still being a great father to our kids. I don't know how he did, but I am proud of him. His kids are proud of him. The worst part is knowing my kids could have had better, and I ruined that. I have apologized to them so many times for my mistake. Also, that's a stain I'll carry forever. I wish I could have been better, so I could say I'd never do that, but I did. I am now remarried and would never ever cheat again. The stain and damage to myself was horrible, and the damage to my home and my children was awful. It's a selfish thing to do. If you know anyone who is doing it or considering it, tell them to turn around. Never lower yourself to that. You can't undo it. I try to be better every day. Second comment. I cheated once. I regretted it immediately. This happened almost 10 years ago, and I still think about it and feel shame regularly. I admitted it to him a couple days after. Our relationship had been on its way out for 6 months, and I think both of us were hanging on for convenience. We were essentially roommates at that point. I'll never do it again. I was fully aware of what I was doing. There was no excuse on my part for it. Third comment. I cheated on my past relationship with my current partner. I don't regret ending up with my current partner. I do believe he's my soulmate, and my ex and I weren't great for each other, but I do regret that that's how my current partner and I got together. I felt like a pretty horrible person throughout the whole process and for a while after. I'm sure it sounds cliché, but I did it because my needs weren't being met. I was in a roommate with benefits phase with my ex. We were together for years, but at that point, we weren't affectionate, we didn't have a very active sex life, and we were both pretty constantly annoyed at / by one another. When the truth came out and the shit hit the fan, there was a huge blow-up. My ex was yelling, screaming, throwing things, punching walls / doors, insulting me, etc. And TBH, I get why, but in the moment I just sat there crying and apologizing while he tore the apartment up and berated me. Again, I get why. Eventually the neighbors called the police, and they showed up, told me to pack a bag, and gave me a ride to my sister's house to spend the night and let things cool off. I had to go on a work trip the next day, so I ended up having to go back to my apartment the next morning to finish packing, and X told me, in an attempt to be honest, come clean and try to start rebuilding trust, that he cheated on me twice, with two separate women at the very beginning of our relationship. Hypocritical of me, I know, but that fucking hurt and did not serve to help us rebuild trust. It just made me realize that neither of us were being honest. We both had been lying to each other, and that the whole relationship wasn't what we thought it was. We didn't talk for a few days, but towards the end of the work trip, me and X really talked it out, and I broke it off completely. He wanted to try and work it out, but I frankly didn't want to rebuild that relationship because neither of us had been happy for a long time. I cheated on him and lied about it for months, and he cheated on me twice a long time prior and lied about it for years. I ended up having my current partner pick me up at the airport, and I moved directly in with him, while X and I figured out our arrangements. Rent/property/our pet/etc. I learned that as hard as it seems, breaking up first is always better than cheating and hiding it. It protects no one's feelings and is much harder in the long run. I know for a fact that I will never do it again because it tore me up inside. I don't have a clear event that I can refer to as karma hitting me back. I'm now in a happy relationship with my partner. We live together, we have pets together, we are both in the best relationship that either of us had ever been in, and my ex shortly after we broke up got into a relationship with another woman. Honestly, I think it was one of the women that he cheated on me with, but I'm not sure, and they seem happy. So yes, I regret doing it, but I don't regret ending that relationship and entering a relationship with the person I cheated on him with. I wish cheating wasn't how it came to be, but I'm glad that I'm with my current partner. I'd hoped that my ex and I are both better off. I wasn't happy, which made it hard to turn down someone who checked off every single box that my ex didn't. Even so, I learned that breaking up, as hard as it seems and as much as it will hurt, is better than cheating and hiding it. Fourth comment. My ex-husband says I cheated. I say I didn't. I guess it's just a difference of opinion, but I paid for it. But I also learned and grew immensely. My ex-husband and I had been married about 16 years, and he had stopped all affection. No hugs, kisses, sex, everything. He stopped eating dinner with me, spending time with me. It all started about the time of COVID, when he started working from home. It started off with, instead of just one night a week playing video games all night online with his buddies, it moved to every night/all weekend. If I asked him to do anything with me instead, I wasn't allowing him to be with his friends. So in May of 2020, when I told him I wanted to have an open marriage, we discussed it multiple times, and he always said yes. So I went on Tinder and started seeing a guy. My ex found out. It was just sex. Period. We both knew it going into it. My ex screamed that I was cheating, asked me to stop, so I did. I begged my ex to go to marriage counseling with me. I wanted to save our marriage. He refused. Said therapy was a joke, said things like, "It never helped you. Why would it help us?" Fifth comment. I cheated once many years ago, and I know I sound bad, but I don't regret it. I felt so alive. I chose life. I do regret not listening to my heart. I wanted to confess immediately, but everyone in my circle told me not to tell. Lying about it is what made me feel bad, and especially not me. I am not that kind of person. He found out I never knew how. My behavior changed towards him, and he probably got suspicious and started looking for answer. As soon as he confronted me, I wanted to end the relationship. He clearly didn't. He basically begged me, and I got even more turned off. I still ended it, and I apologized for lying and hurting his feelings, but until this day, I still have no regrets. I am super happy with the man I ended up. I was not happy enough in that relationship with him, and it was the right thing to end it. He was a nice person, and he deserved someone who really loved him, which clearly I didn't.
Dear listeners, in this Reddit post we received many comments related to this topic, but we will share only a few. If you're facing a similar situation and your partner shows genuine regret, would you forgive them? Please share your thoughts in the comment section. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. See you in the next one.